Okay, real quick, I just want to thank Western Rise for sponsoring this video, and if you stay tuned to the end of the video, I'll tell you how you can get 15% off your order. Now, on with the video. Lots of videos in that statement. Alright, this is the Navigator 15-liter backpack from Nomatic. Now, I'll be the first one to say that a lot of Nomatic's original designs for their backpacks and travel bags didn't really interest me because they were very boxy and very tarpaulin-y, but ever since they released that collaboration with Peter McKinnon, the 35-liter Canberra travel bag, I have noticed a massive redesign in all of their products. And ever since they released the Navigator line and now their new Light line, I have found that their bags have been extremely revamped. And I gotta say that this 15-liter day bag is a great example of that, and I'm very excited to tell you all of my thoughts on it right now. Let's get into it. Okay, so Nomatic is a company that I absolutely love but have not gotten the chance to really work with that much in the past. I've only ever really reviewed the products that I was able to purchase on my own. Well, now I can say that I'm very lucky and fortunate that they sent me not only this, but their 1-liter light sling, which I did a video on, I will link up here, and their 6-liter light sling, which I'm going to be doing a video on next. And honestly, everything from that line, whether it be the Navigator or the Light line, has been pretty phenomenal. I'm actually really impressed with not only just the design, but the build quality, the functionality, the organization, the comfort factor. Everything on this bag has just been absolutely phenomenal, and it's been a joy and an absolute pleasure to use this 15-liter bag. So, does it hold up? Let's find out. Okay, so you have the materials and the hardware on this bag. Now, I looked all over Nomatic's website and I couldn't find the exact specs of what the materials are on this bag, but I do know that it's WeatherGuard YKK zips, and the material in this bag is very water repellent, making it a great weather durability bag for whatever you might find yourself in, whether it be a downpour, snowstorm, anything like that. This bag holds up pretty well in the elements. I've taken it all the way down to Florida on a plane ride, and it survived in the elements down there, which is like hot, humid, rain, which you would expect a bag to survive, but it also survived here in the mountains, up in the mountains when it was rain and cold and snowy. And overall, everything that I've had in this bag has just been really well protected. The bag has held up really well in all the different environments. I've even dropped it, kind of tumbled it a couple times, and it's still kicking. Extremely easy to clean. Just take a garden hose and I just sprayed it down, honestly, and then just let it dry in the sun. And it worked out really, really well. So the materials and the hardware on this thing, absolutely phenomenal. I love the way this bag feels. There's something about this front material here with this like kind of like rubbery aesthetic. It's like a Kodra or maybe a Cordura type material. Feels really good, honestly, to the touch. Then you have the handles and the comfortability on this bag, right? So you have a handle on each side to grab onto and a handle up here at the top. Pretty solid handles, minimal foam on the inside with that seatbelt material kind of just wrapped around it. Off the bag just enough to where it's easy to find with your hands. You don't really have to go digging. It doesn't like stay flush to the bag, but it also doesn't stick out so much that makes it like kind of hang down a little bit too much when you're carrying. I've noticed that with some bags that the top handle will have a little bit of stretch, so you'll really be like holding it up here and then just kind of dangles. Not a big fan of that, but the straps in the back panel on this bag are pretty great. You also have like a little strap up here at the top, which I guess like you can hang up on like little hooks and stuff. Never really used those, but the back of the bag, you have a great back panel. Honestly, phenomenal choice on the back panel here. It really does a good job when it comes to like that breathability on your back when you're walking around. When I was walking around in Florida with this as my day bag, and again, Florida was super, super duper hot because it's Florida, and that's where I'm pretty sure hell is located somewhere in that state. It's the only reason why that state's 100 million degrees year round. But I was comfortable. I was in shorts and a t-shirt, walking around, didn't really sweat that much. The straps on this bag are extremely comfortable. Perfect amount of padding with a good sternum strap. Very comfortable on my back. I am 5'8", 170-ish pounds. This is what it looks like on me for reference. Again, very comfortable. I like the way it sat on my bag. Even when you expand it out, the way it expands, it does a good job of distributing that weight, which we're gonna get into here in a minute. But overall, a phenomenal bag for carry, for comfort, good places to grab onto this bag. You never really have to worry about finding a place in order to grab, whether you're moving, put it in the overhead bin, putting it in the back of the car, putting it in the seat, whatever you might be doing. It works really well. As a carry-on bag, I can say this thing excels in a ton of different ways. For one, it's extremely easy to get through security on this thing because it has a lot of organization, making it really easy to pack out the way you want to. Also, on top of that, it fits under the seat in front of you perfectly. Now, I flew the shithole of the airs here in the States, aka Frontier. It's in competition with Spirit to be the worst airline ever imaginable, and they're doing a good job. Just keep it up, Frontier. Just keep being bad at what you do. And even with Frontier's little like iPad mini style trays and seats that you have to build yourself from IKEA, this fit underneath the seat in front of me perfectly. And I also was able to put it on the overhead bin on my way back, and both times it honestly worked pretty well. So I'm going to show you how I have this thing loaded out and go over nook, cranny, and pockets on this bag and the organization right now. You do have external last straps on this bag as well. You have 4 spots to connect here at the front. I do have the last straps. I put them in my accessory bag. I don't really use them that much. I'm not one to put something on the front of my bag, especially not when it's a carry-on. For an airline like Frontier, where they're going to try to charge you for a carry-on bag because they charge you for everything, I might rant about Frontier a couple more times in this video because I'm really pissed off because my bag was like 1 pound overweight, and I was like, oh, like, do you do anything for veterans? Because you do stuff for active duty military. I was in the military for 7 years. Could you maybe just, like, I don't know, like, waive that 1 pound fee? And they're like, no, $60, please. I don't understand how active duty military gets discounts, but people that already served, it's just like, nah, you're last year's model. Doesn't matter. Anyways, I'm a little bitter about that, but as I was saying, I don't usually use last straps, but they are here if you want them. But here on the front, you have a pocket. This whole thing is a bag. A pocket that's kind of flush up at the front. This is a lay flat pocket, very small, very minimal, and is really good for a place like your keys and also a place for your wallet. Both have been phenomenal spots. It was really helpful during security as well to have this pocket as a security dump pocket, because I talk about that all the time. You also have a little key strap, key lash thing in here. I typically don't use those because there's a very, very small chance that I'm gonna need to actually connect my keys to something, and I'm not gonna need them in a timely manner. Or even if I'm walking around all day, my keys usually just stay in this pocket. I'm not gonna be getting in and out of it because my wallet will probably go back in my pocket, or an easier place to get to. But this pocket was great for security. It's great for those items that are flat that you might not need for the rest of the day. Maybe something like a notepad. Anything like that works really well. And again, that weather guard zip, it's kind of flat, kind of hides it a little bit. So it's a nice little pocket here at the front that works really well as like a bonus quick access to an extent. But speaking of quick access, I'm gonna skip the main compartment for a second and jump right back here to the rear of the bag, which is where you get your quick access. And this is where I've put my sunglasses. You can also use it as a security dump pocket. It's pretty kind of deep. It's about as deep as my hand completely. Soft lined, so you don't have to worry about items getting scratched. But this quick access pocket, you can see it inside the bag. So if you pack out the bag all the way to the top, which I have not done, but you'll see it when I open it up, if you smush that pocket, you limit how much you can put in this quick access. So that dimension is like accounted for in the main compartment of this bag. And then you have the laptop sleeve, which is right behind that. Now their site says it can fit up to a 14-inch. Now I'm not 100% sure. This is my 15 or 13-inch ThinkPad for work, because I've been using this as a work bag a lot. It's in a pretty good laptop compartment, up off the bottom of the bag, comfortable up against your back, adds a little bit of rigidity. You do have like a laptop or a tablet sleeve right behind it that looks like it would fit most iPad Pros. I think you could probably fit a 15-inch in, but if you have a 15, like I said, on their website, it said the pocket was a 14-inch. Might want to reach out to them and see before, but overall, very solid laptop compartment, nothing crazy, no extra organization, just laptop compartment with a little bit of a tablet sleeve. Then you have one other pocket here on the outside, and it's right here on the same side as that front compartment, and it is just a little pocket that has a little bit of this like weatherproofing kind of like rubbery material that you'd find in toiletry kits, because this is where you would put, this is my water bottle for today, this is where you'd put your water bottle. Right now, that is a regular 16-inch water bottle. I don't have a water bottle really that I've been able to test with lately because I just haven't had one, I guess, because I've been all over the place. But overall, as a water bottle pocket, as long as it's not too much bigger than an average water bottle, then you're good. But you could also use this just as an additional pocket. But also with this one, just like the quick access, keep in mind that that dimension is accounted for in the main compartment of this bag. Okay, now the thing that everybody really cares about, and that's the juicy inside pocket with all the organization, right? So this bag opens with these little, like, I call them like little accordion flaps. I'm not sure what the technical term is. So when it opens, it doesn't open all the way. So you get a nice view of everything you have in here. Now, the way I pack this out for pretty much work, my travel, everything like that, is just sitting in here is that wonderful new Meta shell from Western Rise. Kickstarter link down below to help support the channel. And that is pretty much it for like the main side of the bag. Then you have two pockets on the front flap here. The first one is an RFID safe pocket. This is a good spot to put anything that you don't want anyone to like really get your information for, so maybe that's a better spot for the wallet. Typically my wallet doesn't really travel with me that much. I have the Bellroy 3-card case wallet on my iPhone mini, and that's typically all I do. But you have that RFID pocket. It's a great place for like a passport, something like that, if you wanted to. But below that is a measured zip guide, and that is actually where I have put my cord pouch. Now in here I have bricks, cables, chargers, anything and everything I might need for my iPhone, any of my work equipment, my tablet, my headphones, whatever it might be. I have the cable and I have a brick in this little pouch for me. And that's pretty much it for the front of the bag. I don't really use that RFID pocket. Sometimes I do. It just kind of depends on what I'm doing or what I have. Sometimes I'll throw my headphones in there or maybe like my phone in there, just kind of depending. I kind of left that pocket as a universal pocket for whatever and anything I might need. But overall, both really solid organization bits that do a really good job of holding some like bigger items like pouches. Because on the opposite side of that, the side that has the laptop pocket, you basically just have 6 mesh guys that go all the way down, and you can even see here, this is that little pocket on the outside that has that like dimension that eats up into the main compartment. But basically 6 mesh guys, all the exact same size. So all of them are the exact same size. You don't have to worry about one being bigger or smaller for specific items or not. They were just like, hey, 6, all the same size, and they fit a pretty good variety of things. Just for scale, I put my new iPhone 11 Pro for work in here, and it's huge, and it fits perfectly in one of the mesh guys. I also, in another one, have my Samsung AirPod Pro bud things and chapstick from Strix. And then underneath that, I just have like a notebook with a pen. On the other one, I have my blue lens glasses from when I'm behind the computer. And then way down at the bottom, I have a like little multi-tool kind of thing. I'm sorry. It's 4 of the same size and then one at the bottom that's like kind of long. That's where I put the multi-tool. And that's it. That's pretty much all I put in the main compartment of this bag. I don't pack this thing out very much because it's a very comfortable bag when it's lightweight. It's still comfortable when it's heavy, but this is like the perfect amount of stuff for a daily carry, and it fits everything in this bag. And this bag isn't even that big, but let's say you needed to bring a little bit more, which is totally fine because sometimes people have more to bring. It just means they have more to give, I think, is how that saying goes. So you can unzip this zipper, and then, I thought that'd be more dramatic. Boom. Well, I guess that's all you really get. Boom. It goes from 15 to 21 liters, which is perfect. If you maybe go somewhere and you end up with a bunch of crap that you bought like at Disney World or something, and you need to bring it back, but you don't have any extra room, boom, expand. Whether you expand it or you don't expand it, I truly believe that this is one of the better day bags out there to work for things like carry-on travel, for work, for just daily carry, for commuting, for the gym. I tested it for a variety of things, and every single time I was impressed with how well this bag held up, how the organization that I needed was exactly how I needed it, and I could customize it however I needed. The variety of pockets that you can use, but you don't have to if you don't want to, makes it really versatile. That expandability also just adds an extra element on top of that. And I'm a big fan. I don't know what else to say about it because honestly, like it's quickly become one of my favorite daily carries to the point where I'm like, I don't even want to test out one of the new ones that I just got because I just want to keep using this, which doesn't happen very often. So, because of all of that, and with all of that being said, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about the Navigator 15-liter backpack, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll do my very best to answer those for you. If you want to, you can shoot me an email, odiematthewsbags@gmail.com. You can ask me any questions, comments, anything like that you might have any questions for. How else do I usually end this? Thank you guys again so very much for all the love and support. It means the absolute world to me. And with all of that, I will see you next time. Okay, for those of you that know, Western Rise is one of my all-time favorite clothing brand. They continue to produce clothing that is not only good for everyday use, but hiking, traveling, lounging, whatever it might be. I have found it to be perfect for every circumstance I find myself in. And right now, their winter line, which is their Airloft 2.0 jacket, their Airloft shirt jacket, their Airloft vest, their new quarter zip, and their brand new Meta Shell that's currently out on Kickstarter are all phenomenal for keeping warm this holiday season. So if you're interested in a better jacket, maybe something that packs a little bit easier, maybe something that travels a little bit easier, maybe a new rain jacket like the Meta Shell, then you can go over to westernrise.com and use discount code ODIE, that's ODIE, and get 15% off your entire order. Or you can use my Kick Booster link in the description below to go over there and back their Kickstarter for the new Meta Shell, which gives me a little kickback. That's already at a discounted rate. So either way, you'll be satisfied with whatever purchase you have. Not to mention the fact that Western Rise has a huge plethora of catalog to choose from, whether it be for pants, shorts, shirts, long sleeves, short sleeves, whatever it might be, you're gonna find what you need for your lifestyle. So use discount code ODIE, that's ODIE, get 15% off your order, and you and your wardrobe will be happy you did.